Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through the arts. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana. You are listening to a syndicated podcast on Amazon Alexa, where you can catch special guest interviews, live performances, in-studio interviews, and live on-location reports. The special guests who will be on the Sister Speak Show are dynamic and impacting the communities with their passions. The Sister Speak Show is a talk show that will keep your mind and your soul informed, energized, and encouraged. This is a cultural renaissance platform that influences a climate that is conducive to who you are and who you should be. No reckless entertainment, just responsible listening nourishment. We don't go dumb, we go wisdom. On the Sister Speak Show, it's about making the known known. You can listen live and on demand to the Sister Speak Show on Spreaker, Amazon Alexa, Google Play, iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Tumblr, and TuneIn Radio. Add us to your listening shuffle. We want to be the flavor in your ear. We consider the Sister Speak Show to be one of the dopest podcasts in podcasting. Thank you for your listening support, and welcome. Let's tune in, shall we?
Welcome, my brothers and my sisters. You are listening live to the tour on the Sister Speak Show. This is Ayana, your host. Everything is going up because anything going down is crashing. We are recording live from Dallas, Texas. And you know what, brothers and sisters? Oh, yeah. We've got an absolutely dope episode for you this evening. You know, I missed you. I love vibing out with you. So, without further ado, I must let you know that we do have a special guest this evening. Oh, besides me and besides you. Yes, hit maker, beat maker, producer extraordinaire, and the Beats app ambassador. That's right, he's back, brothers and sisters. Producer Loso will be my special guest, brothers and sisters, to talk to you about this new app, the Beats app. And for all of you beat makers, rappers, artists, everybody in the music industry, you must stay locked into this interview because you're going to learn something that's going to really be beneficial to all of what you got going on with your music and with your brand. Welcome to my local, national, and international listeners. I am so glad that you are tuning in. I hope everything is going well for you. It's freezing. I saw a polar bear with a beanie and some earmuffs on, okay? And a mug with some hot chocolate in it. It is freezing. If you were looking like an Eskimo, good for you. Okay? Rubbing your hands together, saying shit every time you get in the car, saying it's cold about 15 times a day to everybody who also knows that it's cold. Oh, may everybody's bills be paid on time so your lights and your energy can stay running because, it's real if that heat ain't on. And it's real when that bill gets high. Anyway, brothers and sisters, check this out. I'm feeling real good. I'm feeling absolutely excellent. And we need to talk about a couple of things before my special guest calls in. Okay, but you know, let's pause this out. Let's pause this out. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. I've been thinking about you, and sometimes, you know, you just need a good vibe to get your day crunk. You know, you've been going through it. People are trying you. You try not to pop off on people. I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on. So just for educational purposes, I just want to get you guys a little bit looser. You know what I'm saying? I want you to feel the vibe. I mean, look, you are in a safe zone. You know, you are podcasting and chilling. So why not chilling? Not chilling. Okay, I'll drop the G. Podcasting and chilling. And that's what we're doing. So I just thought I would play a little song for you. It's not even a little song. This is a slapper. Okay, so shout out to the West Coast, shout out to the East Coast, to the North, and to the South, and to everybody listening. This one right here, oh my goodness. We're going to get it rolling. Are you ready? I'm ready. Come here. Hey.
Put your finger on the truck, fill a post. I never leave the TP without the toast. You see the liquid on my chain, I flamboose. When I'm higher than Pluto, I eat menudo. Pozole elote. I think I'm an essay.
E40 these days, featuring Young T.O.
The good book is my buckler and shield. That can come out of nowhere, like when the rock hit your windshield.
Shout out to E40.
When I'm out there in the field, when the traffic making deals, every stack I get like Kaepernick, I kneel. Ain't talk about no dinner, but I need a meal. Release my niggas down, waiting for a pill. And the gladiator takes sharks and eels. And these days got...
Hey, don't want to get caught up with no copyright, so that's just for educational purposes. I know you're like, oh, wait a minute, why did you cut that? Because, I don't want to get cut. So anyway, brothers and sisters, now that you're feeling a little bit looser, you know what I'm saying? Now that we back in the groove and we doing what we doing, I want to talk to you real spit. The realest spit ever. Okay, check this out. Here we go. Rap beef. Clout chasing. Trying to get to the top by any means necessary in the music industry. Look, don't take any shortcuts. When you take shortcuts, you end up having to, spend some time doing some things. Now look, we all make mistakes. We say things that we ain't supposed to say sometimes. We look back on our actions and, we feel like some moves we should not have made. But the one thing that I do see going on in the music industry that is not working out for anybody is talking too much. You should never feel too comfortable in your finances and in your entourage to where you just feel like you can pop off at any time. A lot of brothers and even sisters in the rap game have lost their life because they talk too much. Because they come after people. Because it's the new thing to troll. It's the new thing to clout chase. It's never been the new thing to talk shit, though. People do that. But we all know that if you can't back it up, and if you can't rack it up, then maybe you should just leave it alone. For instance, everybody's all, we read the news. We see what's going on with all the interviews. And you can name a few people locally and nationally that you've seen they balling out of control. They number one on the charts. They doing this, they doing that. But what happens? They get too big, they get too arrogant, and next thing you know, they got to get that smack down. You need to really understand that when you get behind that microphone and when you go to the studio and when you pick up that piece of paper, that pen, or however you translate your bars, you need to really think about, is this something that I really want to put on wax? And is this something that I want to get on the airwaves? And am I ready to handle the backlash and even the front lash that comes with me, talking shit? You calling people out, you talking about people's children, their wives, or whatever it is that you feel like attacking. Can you back that up? And do you really feel like everybody in your entourage is solid? Discernment is key to a lot of things, but if you look around, is everybody in your camp solid? Are they only hanging around you because you are the man in this moment? Can you back up what you say? Are you just, starting rap beef just to get ahead, but you really don't mean it and you're really a nice guy anyway? Are you really Carlton on the inside? Are you fake gangster? See, that's the problem. You can't be no wankster and you can't be no prankster. This is some real stuff happening in these streets. And there are some people who cannot discern between you trying to be a studio gangster and really being about that life. If you're about that life, then I can respect that. But if you are about that life and you're paying people so you can be about that life, okay? So it's a pseudo front, right? In the end, is it worth you having to plead guilty or not guilty? Is it worth you having to go behind bars? Is it worth you having to ask somebody to bail you out, come visit you? And now you all in your feelings because people ain't even supporting you like they used to. Is clout chasing and trolling and rap beef the way to go to get to the top? And if it is the way to go to get to the top, how long do you stay at the top? What is it about, getting on the microphone and creating a situation to where now we got to also not only buy your tape, right? Buy your album, buy your EP, but then now we also got to give a little bit of money to your mama for your GoFundMe page because, right? I heard something that was, I feel like, gang. In this industry, if you are going to be a gangster, prankster, wankster, whatever, you need to have a will and you need to have a life insurance policy. And I'm just going to add 2 more. You know, you need a lawyer and you going to need a bail bondsman. These are facts. In this industry, we are seeing a rise and a quick fall of young rappers who talk too much, who do too much, who floss too much, who got the nerve to disrespect rap legends, y'all. Where is the respect? You know, calling out Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? Calling out, you know, YG. You know, think about these things. Like, that is mad disrespectful. So, not even giving the homage that is due to the people who paved the way for your little dusty self to get on the microphone. And then, we got to be honest. I feel like a lot of these people do the clout chasing and the trolling because they know that they bars are whack. They know they really ain't hot behind a microphone. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be honest. How many times in the last maybe week or so have you rolled your eyes or continued to skip through, you know, an album or EP because it all sounds the same? The bars are whack. The lyrics are the same. And you see how I'm saying that over and over again? Because that's what the EPs sound like. So when it comes to rap beef, when it comes to your entourage, when it comes to how bad do you want to get on, what are you willing to do? Are you willing to literally have it all and then have it taken away? Jail time is no joke. Now, I've never gone to jail, but I know it's no joke. I would not wish that on anybody. Not my kings, not my queens. So when it comes to the music industry, do not be so desperate that you get loose-lipped and then you can't back up what it is that you're talking about. Somebody try you in the streets and then they pull out that hammer and now what? You know, I was going to play a clip, but I know my guest is going to be calling in because it just reminds me of, you know, there are a lot of people that'll come after your head because they jealous of your position. Real jealous. They jealous because you got on and they didn't. They mad because you actually can write rhymes and you a lyricist and they not. They mad because all the girls come around you. You know she's attracted to the man that herbs you. I mean, that's real talk. Oh, professional as always. Brothers and sisters, calling in live to the tour on the Sister Speak Show is my very special guest, fam indeed, beat maker, hit maker, music producer, Loso. Let's give him a round of applause. What's going on, my brother? I'm living well. I'm so excited to converse with you today.
Oh, yeah, you already know it's heavy every time.
Every time, you know, ain't no telling what you gonna say. Ain't no telling what I'm gonna say. But you know we gonna keep it 100 and that's what's up. So we go get right into it. You know, I appreciate you calling in on time. You're always professional. That's just what makes this interview, you know, our interview is always great. We're here to talk about something that we said we were going to revisit. We are here to talk about this Beats app that you have.
Oh, man. Shout out to Tony Go on Instagram, the founder of the Beats app. We shipping the cultures, one of a kind. This app is literally one of a kind. It has a rap book equipped with every beat. You can write lyrics, You can lease every beat up there or buy it, and it has over 10,000 free beats available as well.
You know, I looked at the app and I said to myself, this right here is multi-million dollars. Has to be. This is something that is going to change the entire game. And it is a game changer. This is what you call being an elevated entrepreneur. When you really take what you do and how you do what you do, and then you say, you know what, I'm going to apply it to where I can not only, you know, do what I do, but help other people be great in this industry.
Yes, that's what it's about. You know, it's producers all over the world on that app, and that's the whole point. It's for the culture. Music is universal.
Right. And so, you know, when you were on the first time and we had a wonderful interview. I mean, that interview was absolutely amazing. I could have talked to you forever. You know, we talked about the fact that once it launched, we would have you back on the show. And so I just want to say to my listening audience, we keep our word here at the Sister Speak Show to the best of our ability. And that's what we're here to talk about. So I want everybody right now, because we're gonna walk them through this. I want everybody, you know, I know a lot of y'all got two phones, and I'm not gonna talk about why you got two phones, but a lot of y'all got a lot of y'all got them digits numbers. But anyway, we're gonna I want y'all to pull out your phones and be able to go to your app store. So first question I want to ask you, Loso, is this available on the Apple iStore as well as Android?
It's on the Apple iStores right now. The test beta version, we're still in the testing stage right now, but a few I think can get access to, I think, the official version. But Apple gave them access to 100 people to test it out, then they granted them with another 100.
Wow.
To test out the app as well, but we pushing for Android, they said, by Christmas, no later than New Year's.
That's what's
it will be available to all systems soon. All services, it will be available.
That is amazing. I'm so excited for you. Okay, so everybody who has their iPhone, you'll be able to go to the App Store. So walk us through how we can learn this, because this is like, for me, like, we're going to teach everybody how to do this. So, you know, if they have any questions or anything, you know, maybe, you know, you all can chat live. If you have any questions, keep it right, keep it tight. Don't be disrespectful in the chat. So if you have any questions, just, you know, run those to me so we can run those to Loso to figure this out. So tell us, okay, we go to the App Store, because I'm going to go on my phone right now, and I'm going to the App Store. And so tell everybody how to spell it.
It's the Beats app, BEATZ-APP.
Okay, everybody, BATZ-APP. Now we're going to the Beats app. Here we go. Let's see, the Beats app. All right, so we get to the Beats app. What's next? How can somebody navigate through there?
I mean, this, you know, click on it, go to the search bar, and have everything from featured beats to free beats to recent. It's updated daily.
Okay, and so what part of the app would they have to pay for? What features are paid features?
Just with any beats besides the free beats. You know, you have the option to lease a beat or get the exclusives.
Okay. And so talk a little bit about how this whole app came together.
Oh, man. Like you said, Tone, man, big shout out to him. Y'all can all follow that. Tone the GOAT on Instagram. You know, he's Boosie in-house engineer. And he basically told us, he said, the main thing artists say to him when they come into the studio is, I need beat. And he said, you know, that's every day. So he said he just came up with the idea, why not get up with all the producers all over the world and submit your beats and get your sound heard? Because all artists need beats, which is big facts.
I think that's amazing. I think that is, I mean, what that does for, I feel like, the industry is it really sets it back to where it needs to be, because, oh goodness, you already know, we've talked about this. You know, some of the beats that we hear are really, really rough, and they just aren't fire. So now, and a lot of people also have a hard time, feeling like they're getting heard by the right people when it comes to, pitching their music. Everybody wants to get on, which I can understand, So now you're providing an avenue, for people to not really have any excuse.
Yeah.
That
no excuse now. It's all genres. Like, that's the point. Like, music is universal, so like it's literally for the culture, for everybody.
I wanted to ask you a question. Where do you see the Beats app going as far as the music industry? What is your perspective and your outlook for this particular app? I know it's changing the culture, but what do you see it doing?
The potential is endless. That's what's so crazy and exciting about it. Like, the potential is endless, right? You never know who's gonna be the next breakout artist or the next breakout hit maker. It's like, it's crazy.
I wanted to ask you, have you ever thought about, and this is an idea that I'm pitching to you, because I get a lot of ideas, and I know that they're not for me, because some ideas that I receive, they're not my talents, but I feel like they're really good ideas. Have you ever thought about maybe coming up with a reality show, an actuality show, really, based around a producer, having, maybe 12 to 20, producers come out and, you get the top 3 and then you get the top 1 and then the top 1 ends up having, maybe a contract or this or that. But it really just challenges people to kind of like make some of the dopest beats ever.
Yeah. Well, I thought about that plenty of times, but that's me how I challenge my peers every day. I always try to shine the spotlight on not just me but my peers, because we all hot in our own way, in our own genres. Our own mind, what we create.
For sure. But I'm thinking you could take that on a whole national level, pitch that on Revolt, VH1. There's so many different avenues and support. And support systems for these type of shows. So you really might want to pursue that, because I really respect how you handle music. I don't think you just some fly by night producer. Your grind is impeccable. A lot of people respect you. A lot of people respect you and they rock with you. So I just feel like, just with your energy and your work ethic, that you could really put off a show to where we finding one of the hottest producers out of the country. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nobody ever heard of before, but it's hot, dope.
Oh yeah, it's the potential is limitless. I think about stuff like that all the time. I'm glad you spoke on that. I'm gonna definitely keep that in mind now.
Yeah, you got to, and don't nobody try to steal it, because I shared it with him. I shared it with him, so that's something that I feel like he could. Yeah, I feel like that's something that you could run with and do. Another thing I wanted to ask you about this app. How has this app changed you as a boss?
Oh man, it just changed the whole way I look at business now and my ideas. For Tone to do what he did, it just made me brainstorm more of what you said, stuff I already had circulating, ideas, and just how I carry it now with my peers, and it just made me brainstorm more of what I can do.
That's what's up. And so how can I say this? What do you think with the way things are going in the music industry today? Do you feel like the music producers are getting the respect that they need, or do you feel like there needs to be more of a shine on the producers?
It definitely needs to be more of a shine. That's where the beats are coming into play. It definitely needs to be more shine on the producers.
Right. Why do you think the producers are not getting as much of the big ups as they should?
Because these big labels and these artists run off on the plug, and these producers not knowing how to really carry the business aspect of it, copyrighting their name and their music, all their beats and stuff, making sure their business part right is the main thing. Not the talent. You got to make sure you handle your business.
Right. And so that
Sure, yeah.
so that requires a lot of, doing some homework, correct?
Yeah, you gotta do your homework. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
That's your business. You are a business as a producer. They need you. Everybody needs a producer.
Right. Now, how often do you think beats get stolen from producers, or is that something that happens?
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. These artists is running off on the plugs.
All day.
Every day. All my
Dang.
producer peers, y'all know that. That's what we talk about every day. You gotta know the business.
Gosh. And so what are the repercussions? Well, I know there's repercussions for I know there's repercussions for that. Well, then we ain't gonna say nothing that's incriminating. But what are some of the consequences behind somebody running off, with the bricks?
What you just did, how you fumbled up like, this day ain't gonna say too much. You know the count.
I got some. Hold on, I got an effect.
Look, but like all the producers though, handle your business, make sure your paperwork is righteous, make sure you own that, so they can't do that.
Right.
You're gonna run off on their ass.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, so you run off with the beat, and then where do you go with the beat? Do you round the corner and be like, oh, I got the beat? What do you do with the beat then? So you just take it and just put it out and not pay the plug? Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so disrespectful.
Nicky Barnes, the Frank Lucas.
You know what? That is. I'm glad you brought that up, because I just want to say to everybody who's listening to the tour right now on the Sister Speak Show, we are live from Dallas, Texas. My special guest is music producer Loso. We are also talking about the Beats app. I just want to say to everybody in the music industry, especially to the rappers, there has to be an etiquette. And there has to be a way to do things to where you don't have to reap what you sow. It is pretty trifling to run off with beats and not pay for the beats, and to really show a disrespect, because you walked into the studio or however you went to get the beats and you put on a front. You was with but you was really with the shit from the beginning, and that's how people don't end up rocking with you or effing with you in the long run. Because don't think that the word ain't gonna get out about how you move and groove, because now you the Grinch that stole the beats. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't got time for that. Okay, just because it's Christmas don't mean you got to be stealing the beats. But what I also wanted to say was to everybody in the music industry, take note. It takes a lot for a producer to sit down and actually compose music. And I'm talking about the serious producers, not the ones that just throw all the instruments and make gumbo beats. I'm talking about, really taking the time out to make a really dope beat. That's what's up. So please show them their respect. Give them their props. Mention their names, on your albums. What are you doing? It takes a village to create this. But also, at least you know who you working with, because at least they done showed themselves. And so now, you can get the word out, and you can easily get blacklisted in this industry. There are so many people who tear their tail with powers that be and don't realize it, because you really don't know who's who and who's connected to who. So you just got to be very careful, because you could end up being in the music industry for all but 15 seconds behind your fuckery. I'm just keeping it 100. And I want to also ask you this, and this is just your opinion. I was watching, and I've seen this documentary a few times with Death Row Records, and listening to a lot of the different depictions of how things were done and how people moved and grooved. Exactly how cutthroat can a record label be?
That all depends on, that's endless too. It all depends on who the founders, who run the thing, who run the scene. Mm-hmm. That can go either way. Mm-hmm. Who in the charge.
Mm-hmm. And so, when you have you seen any of those Death Row documentaries?
Nah, not me personally.
You've never seen them?
I just seen firsthand how, like I said, shit can go either way.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so, when you join a record label, and you I want to ask you probably this. What is some of your advice about joining a record label? What to look for, what to stay away from? Because some people be so excited to get on, and then they don't realize that, they really about to enter into probably the worst partnership of their life. So what do you think are some of the do's and don'ts?
You gotta look at it like this. Do's is, and make sure that paperwork is right. What you read and how somebody you can trust, a lawyer, read over everything, make sure it's 100. And watch the words, what they tell you, and their body language. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, that's a contract. That's a relationship.
Right.
That's a commitment. So you just gotta watch out for the signals and know what you getting yourself into. Mm-hmm. And just read that energy too. And don't be just quick to rush into anything. Like that is business.
It is.
And you know what I mean? That's your life.
It is. It is. And it's so, oh gosh, I just sit there and sometimes I just cringe because I just look at, how somebody goes into a situation when they first start out. And then if you can kind of just look at the progression of their pictures, you can sometimes see the stress, you know what I mean, on their faces.
Yeah, it'll show.
It'll show. And a lot of times they don't want to tell everybody how they really got on either.
They ain't gonna go there. Try that shit, go.
They don't want to tell that either.
Yeah, but you can see that too.
Yeah, you can. And I think a lot of times when I look at these interviews that I see, I can see that they really want to say it's not worth it, but at least, I'm eating. At least, I was able to take my mama out the hood, you know what I'm saying? But there was a cost on my soul for it. And that's what I just want all my brothers and sisters to really just think about, the cost of being famous, the cost of being vulnerable. Because like I say all the time, somebody who is hungry, facing several collection notices in the struggle of their life, they're vulnerable. And and when somebody comes around with this speech and with this bag that can lift me out of my situation, I may go that route, and then going that route, not realize that there are some prerequisites to obtaining all of these things. But I'm already here now, and all I can think about is how hungry I am. Literally, my stomach is growling, and so I'm going to sign. I'm going to do this, and you can see it on their faces that a lot of them have gone through some things that has waged on their manhood, waged on their womanhood. A lot of times they've done some things that they said that they would never do, and I just want to say to anybody, we do make mistakes. You can be, you can be redeemed from that. You can stop that, but it's going to mean I think it comes down to this. If you don't want to be famous, you're going to be very successful. But if you want to be famous, you're going to struggle in your success.
Yep. I like that. Exactly. If you want to be famous, I don't care about none of that. I do it for my people. Mm-hmm. Me and my people. For the world. For the voiceless. Literally, and that's how I care. Anybody already know me.
Yes.
Man, I do this every day.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's popping. I wanted to ask you this because now, okay, this is where, I'm gonna probably get a little funnier, but I just wanted to ask you this because I'm just concerned about, we're gonna have to carry on from our last conversation where we were talking about, having a rap license, who let you behind the booth, that type of stuff. Okay, so why how much of a responsibility is it on the producer to stop somebody from making the worst album in their life? Meaning, like, if somebody is on wax and here's your beat, and on your beat they're like, I'm finna kill you, I'm finna drill you, I'm finna do everything, then mill you, and then they start calling out names, right? They calling out everybody's name, people that you cool with, you know what I mean, people you done grew up with. You like, hold up, like, I mean, so how much of a responsibility is on the producer to be like, hey bro, you can't put give me my beat back?
Nah, you know what's funny? That ain't on the producer though. You know what I mean? He ain't got nothing. That's business. You know what I mean? It's funny because I ain't never produced no diss track until this year. You know what I mean? My boy, my girl Juliana. You know what I'm saying? And, I shared this video. He got the video on YouTube. I shared it and I made a post like, no, I don't know who did him at all. I ain't got nothing to do with that. This is my first diss track in this video doing numbers. Y'all go look at it. That's simple. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying, because I'll be like, give me my beat back right now. You over there talking mess to Suge Knight? Nope.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
What you say, you gonna get your money and that's on them?
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Simple.
You know, I respect that because I just know me. If I hear something, I'll be like, nah, we can't do this one. You over here talking to. I'll be asking the person from the microphone, like, can you fight? I just need to know, can you put them paws up? Because this, I can tell you right now, this ain't gonna turn out too good.
Well, see, if I better hold you gonna go there.
I'm serious, because see, now I'm gonna need somebody to escort me out the studio because they are like, is you the one that made the beats? Well, see, what had happened was see,
oh no, the producer ain't here. He left.
Oh, I'm about to stop, drop, and roll out the studio. I am not in this. Oh goodness, that is so funny because I just listened to some tracks and I'm like, wow, they actually let that get loose. You know, that actually, oh no, there might be some consequences to this diss track, you know, because some diss tracks are really disrespectful. Oh my gosh. They had you in your feelings for real, for real.
Oh, that's be funny.
Now, I got another question. This is so off, but it's on at the same time because I'm still struggling with this thought. I don't know if I asked you this the last time, but I'm going to ask you it this time just in case. This whole Tupac thing with him still being alive and in Cuba. Did we talk about this the last time?
No.
Okay, we got to talk about it. What are your thoughts on this? Because, you know, the white folks was trying to keep Elvis alive. They was spotting him crossing the roads in Florida. They seen him behind trees. They seen him at the Waffle House. They was trying to keep Elvis Presley alive. I'm telling you, they did not want Elvis to die. So, you know, and now black folks are like, nah, Tupac is not dead. I don't care. So what are your feelings on that? And what do you think make people want to hold on to quote unquote music legends?
I don't really know about all that, get into all that if he's still alive, because I heard about that like 4 or 5 years ago,
right.
That, but I don't know for real, because you can't really believe nothing you hear for real and half of what you see. I heard that like 5-6 years ago.
I did, you know, of course, I've been hearing it, you know, but, you know, they resurrected the whole thing and it was just like, you know, I'm just trying to figure out what's really going on and why do people have trouble letting music legends go, you know, because I ain't never heard nobody be like, B.B. King is still alive and I seen him. You know, I'm just waiting for the old folks to put a room around about B.B. King. You know what I'm saying? People have trouble letting go of the legends. That is amazing.
I don't know, but I mean, I respect the legends. I feel like, you know, I never died through my music, but I don't know, man. You know how people are, they crazy.
They are. And I'm going somewhere with this. Now, my second, well, not my second, but one of my other questions I wanted to ask you is, what is your perspective on the whole Tekashi 6ix9ine indictment, you know, the rise, the fall, the wave, the hovering part of his whole career? What's your perspective on that?
Back to this guy. I mean, he asked for that.
Mm-hmm.
The way he came out the gate, he was just welling to me. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I said it. He was welling. Just the way he was carrying it. Like, niggas should have been smart at this, the way niggas was carrying it. All that money. You know, we had that attention like that on him. Like, I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be smarter, man. You gotta tighten up.
Yeah.
Money can't make you smart. You both already had that. Money can't make you smart.
Ooh.
That brain gotta grow.
Right.
I forget it.
Right. And so, you know, with his whole entourage, because he had, you know, a whole entourage, and that gave him, you know, it gave him like puppy power, you know, because there's Scooby-Doo and then there's Scrappy-Doo, you know. So what do you, how important is that entourage, and do you feel like the entourage is what makes the artist talk all that ish?
I mean, I can't speak for that, because I'm just me. You know, you just gotta keep it 100 regardless, man. Just be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Just how you carry yourself. Like, besides the music, if that ain't you, that's gonna expose itself to music, you know.
For sure.
That's expressive. Music, regardless, is expressive. Love express yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's in life. People gonna see that.
For sure. No, I agree. You know, I just think it's best that, oh goodness, I just know that at some point that, yeah, to just be yourself, and you know, I think a lot of times what we don't see is the that quiet time that a lot of artists who are, you know, living a life where they've not portraying themselves but portraying something else, that's got to be pretty lonely. I think they have a lot of days where they're just like, how much longer can I continue to be fake?
Yeah, because one thing about, like I said, music is a form of art. So, I mean, you can be a storyteller, like, rap about your life and the life of, like you said, your immediate, like what I'm saying, your peers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the entourage, like, if it ain't your family, like, I don't know.
No, I hear you. I hear you 100%. Now, with everything going on with you and your producing and everything, what can we expect from you in 2019?
Y'all niggas gonna get paid. Y'all niggas gonna get paid. I'm gonna be everywhere, man. I'm going crazy. I'm trying to get on some movies.
You better.
So I can go crazy. You know, I'm a brand ambassador, a few things now that beats up, open up a lot of doors. You know what I mean? I'm a brand ambassador for Laylo. Shout out to Laylo Clothing out in New York.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute now. Hold up. Pause. We got to acknowledge every one of your accomplishments. Okay, so not only are you the brand ambassador for the Beats app, you are also the brand ambassador for a clothing line called Laylo.
Yeah.
You heard me.
Laylo Clothing, Laylo and Prosper, one of the mottos.
That's what's up. How did you get into that?
They reached out one of my beats on Instagram.
What?
Yeah, they be going crazy. They be doing a lot of love. I got a lot of love, man. Past few months, like, shout out to California too. They're a global clothing brand. They reached out to them. I'm a brand ambassador for them as well.
Okay, now wait. Kingston, this is what's poppin'. Okay, keep going. No, you know, keep going. Let everybody know, because this is what people need to know. What it feels like to be on your grind and the results of your grind, the results of your hustle. Good things come to those who grind. You know what I mean? Okay, so what else? Keep telling us. That's amazing.
I ran out of breath for a minute.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm back.
Okay. No, I think that's amazing. So you got these clothing lines that you're a brand ambassador for, and what else is going on with you?
Shout out to the Lavish Supply Company. That's a jewelry brand. Online, I'm a brand ambassador for them too, brand rep.
Oh my goodness. So this is what I'm going to do. When I go out, I'm just going to drop your name and see what happens. Next time I go eat, I'm going to be like, Loso. Oh, okay, cool. I ain't got to pay. Thank you. Y'all know him? He's a brand ambassador for Chili's too? That's what's popping. You know what I mean? Like, let me know, because I'm trying to get it. You know, don't tell me. Because, he's a brand ambassador for Lamborghini? I'll take one too. Loso, how you paying for this? Debit, credit, or Loso? Loso. That's how I'm paying for this. That's what's up. You know, I really think that's amazing. And you are definitely an elevated entrepreneur. And you're very serious, because from the last time that you were on the show to this time, look at this growth in just a little bit of time. I mean, you're coming back with even more of a report about all the great things that are happening for you and your brand and your people. And so that's what it's about on the Sister Speak show. Always highlighting the known, making the known, and just, you know, really encouraging you and letting everybody hear you on an international level, and wanting people to be inspired by your journey, you know, because I'm inspired. You know, now I'm trying to I need to go find me a clothing brand. Okay. Hello, everybody. No, but you know, it just makes me want to grind harder, you know, because it's like, okay, my fam Loso got this going on, and that's like fire, and it's, you know, it's spreading, and you know, I want to be in, you know, you inspiring me is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I'm inspired.
You inspired me from our first conversation. Like, it was so heavy and epic, but I wasn't even ready.
Oh no, I couldn't tell. You brought your scuba gear. You had your scuba gear on, because we was in some meters that day, and like I said, I enjoyed our interview. You know, you just, like I said, you're very professional. You call in, you know, you're respectful. You keep it 100, and you have something to talk about, and you're not lazy. And I just want to say this to everybody listening, to all the brothers listening. Look, when you are on your grind, when you have picked your passion based on your talent, and you are pursuing it, you know, little by little, you know, a lot by a lot, whatever, but you still after it. You know, women see that, they recognize that, you know, and that's just what kings do. So that is something, a trait, a characteristic that all you brothers need to have. You know, don't sit there and wait for Loso to get on, and then it's like, okay, I made it. No, you have to, you know, get it yourself too.
Yeah, because you want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Like, get it yourself, put in your own footwork.
Right. Put in your own footwork. And by doing that, you'll feel better about yourself. You won't have to be the guy on the stage. And I'm not trying to be rude to anybody, but I just got to say this, because I see you on the stage sometimes, brother. You don't have to be the guy way in the back on the stage, you know, that's there just to smoke and maybe get some leftover head. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be that guy on stage. You want to, you know, you want to have a name for yourself. Now, I know that probably hurts some people's feelings, but look, it is what it is. I don't want to see, you know, my brothers missing out and wasting time trying to live in somebody else's shine. Okay? Because women pay attention to that. Like I said, she's going to be attracted to the man that herbs you. She wants to, she's looking for the plug. Not the one who sells 2 for $25. Oh my goodness.
You gotta
do. You do. And not only that, you know, be serious about your brand. Like, it's very important, you know, like, I just see that a lot of people, like some people need media training, some people need, you know, grooming, you know, in just certain areas. And, you know, I just want to challenge all the A&Rs to please, you know, provide some free services to some of these independent artists who may not be able to afford you, you know, lend some free time, maybe have a YouTube, you know, tutorial or vlog where you can just share some tips for these independent artists so they can just have some game. Cause they
shout out to my boy Cushingham out in Detroit too. He just started a podcast on YouTube. He made Watch Out remix for Lil Wayne on No Ceilings too.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to check that out.
Big shout out to him. I got the first interview on there. He just started that.
See?
And we're trying to do something like that. Little stories behind the song for artists and producers and the video makers as well.
That's what's up. Yeah, you're going to have to direct message me some information on that because I definitely want to check that out. See, look, brothers and sisters, we have to share our platform, our podcast, and help everybody out. I can't do it all. The next person can't do it all, but we can definitely share it. That's what's up. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for what you got going on. So the clothing brands that you are repping, do they sell women's clothes?
Yes. Yep, both of them.
I'm gonna check all this out. So are you gonna be ripping the runway?
No, watch out. Anyway, I know.
You better talk about watch out. Now watch. Now when I see you come at the end of the screen on BET, I'm gonna say, See, there go Loso right there talking about watch out. You better get ready because the way that you're going, you could be ripping that runway. You could be walking. You could be doing a lot of things. You just never know how your urban apparel, you know, representation is going to take you. You know, magazines, you know, all kind of stuff. You better get ready.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm serious about this, Loso. And 3 months from now, I'm gonna be turning on the TV. I'm gonna be like, see, that's what they say. I'm like, see. Look what's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah, you got it. So what's popping where you at? What's the weather like?
This Virginia weather is crazy. I mean, it's cold as hell.
I was telling the audience earlier that I saw a polar bear with a beanie on and some earmuffs. Okay.
In a deal with a flight coat on yesterday.
Wait, and I was also saying, how many times have you said shit when you got in your car? Like, this is real.
Every time.
And you got to say it's cold like 100 times. It's hella cold.
It is cold out here in Virginia, man. Shout out to all my people out here, man. It's biting out here.
Yeah. So what's different with the Virginia scene right now as far as music is concerned? Do you see it? You know.
I love it. I'm loving the growth of Virginia, man. Shout out to my state. I'm loving the growth out here. So many different artists with all types of talent, man. That's showing love to other artists, not scared, man. Just do that. That's what it's about. You know what I mean? Your peers, you know what I mean? Everybody glow up.
And you know what? One of my closing questions before I hand the mic completely over to you to let you, you know, finish this out. One thing that I was paying attention to is this whole cultural appropriation with and what they call blackfishing, where, you know, you have Caucasian white women looking like black women, tanning and then taking pictures and fooling and passing off for supposedly black women, wearing the braids. Then they talk about, rappers, white rappers and all of that. So I'm leading to this question. One aspect or perspective that somebody said is that white rappers, or, you know, whether they're male or female, are guests in hip hop. What is your take on that with the whole, you know, white rap culture?
honestly don't even be paying no attention to like all of that for real. I'm gonna keep it honest, like real with y'all. Like I be having so much going on, I really don't even have the time to even know who a lot of those rappers are. Keep it honest.
You don't know who Eminem is?
I mean, Eminem and him and MGK, I just seen one of his interviews. What he did to Eminem was kind of brutal because Eminem didn't come back. He was like some storytelling shit still with Stan and all that. Like, I ain't get it. He didn't come back. MGK kind of buried him. Like, Rap Devil, I watched the video. I was like, okay, I get it.
Do you feel like white rappers are believable?
Eminem didn't come back.
Do you feel like white rappers are believable?
I mean, MGK, like the main one I was rocking with at Yellow Wolf.
Yeah.
That's what,
I forgot about Yellow Wolf.
You know, it's not a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? But I don't get into all these little beefs and stuff. But it's a few white rappers that's nice.
I don't think they have beef. I think they have chicken.
What?
Chicken. I don't think they have rap beef. I think they have rap chicken. No, they have rap tuna. Wait. Rap stovetop stuffing. I don't know. You know, it's just like, I don't think it's that serious. I think they probably talk all their problems out.
Yeah, like, basically, like, there ain't no
And you know, another thing, now this is totally switching the subject, and I just appreciate you for letting this just completely go where it goes. Now, recently I saw a video on YouTube about a phenomenon that is taking place with men and hair weaves, and men are getting weaves. I'm now calling, I'm calling them either heaves. I'm calling them heaves. Heaves. Okay, I'm so serious. They are getting, seriously, fades. They are getting high tops, and it's blending, and it's looking real. And so now, men, you have got, it's on YouTube. It's like sponsored by HBO, but I think Vice did a little clip on it. But it's this whole phenomenon. It's $1 million plus industry of wearing hair weaves, where men are literally walking out with a fresh one, like waves, you know, anything you want you can get. And what is your take on that? Because now I feel like women are getting back what they have given to men as far as the weaves are concerned, and the brothers, you know, not knowing and then finding out and going through all of that. What do you think about this whole thing of men wanting to look younger by, you know, getting their George Jefferson fixed?
First of all y'all that's doing that is burnt out. Tighten up, man. Get over it. Do something else, man. Nah, man. I don't even get that. Y'all burnt out. Tighten up.
Oh, you said they was burnt out. To me, that's hecka funny. No, when I saw it, I was like, wow. You know, everybody wants to be young. They want to look young. But when I saw that, I was like, you know what? There are a lot of brothers that have been fooling us, and we have had no idea. So I just feel like that's just, we reap what we sow, you know?
That's like a form of catfish or something, right? Like, I don't get it.
It is, but you know what? The worst part about it all is that a lot of this hair that they're scooping together, they're actually taking the hair from the bottom of the barbershop floor.
Wow.
And collect.
Something crazy.
Yeah, and they're collecting it, and they are making hair units from that. That's why you always see, you know, like when you see a sister beating the crap out of her head, you know, she has a weave, because a lot of time that's because that's a mixture of, and I'm not trying to be rude, it's got to be real. It's a mixture of raccoon, bamboo, salon hair from the floor. You know, it's a whole bunch of stuff. That's why their hair is itching. And that's why they're patenting it so aggressively. So I don't know what the repercussions are from putting these pieces on their head besides, looking crazy. But it's a new thing. And I was just saying, like, with the music industry, they always pressure you to look young, feel young. So I wonder how many brothers, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Genuine, I'm gonna start looking at Bobby Valentino, and I gotta start looking at people's hairlines now as a sister. Okay? And you think I'm playing with you. I'm not. Keith Sweat? Keith Sweat had a full head of hair on that interview. Now I got to go back and look. See? Oh, Loso, this is hilarious. So anyway, what I want to do is I want to turn the mic completely over to you. I want you to take this time to completely use it to pitch the Beats app to our international audience. And then after that, tell everybody how they can, get in touch with you and your words of wisdom. So take it, and I'm going to be quiet.
Alrighty, the Beats app just out test beta version. Y'all can go on my Instagram at BeatKingLoso1017, and I have my promo codes that everything I'm a part of and access. They're attached to their Instagram, so you can click the links. Use my code. The Beats app has production from producers all over the world, and it's all genres. So salute to every producer and DJ that's a part of that submitted beats. And y'all can just come with me. Follow me, man. Stay tuned. Y'all might can be a brand ambassador. You never know. You know what I mean? Handle your business. Make sure you always on your A game. Know what you're doing. Can't nobody fool you to show your actions. And you never know who's watching. That's another thing. You never know who's watching. So handle your business. Keep going. They hate you know you're doing something right. Matter of fact, you're doing everything right, probably.
Now, put some respect on his name. What else? Okay, thank you, Loso. I appreciate that. I want to make sure that you understand that I will have an opportunity to meet you. I am turning, and I'm just going to announce this because I'm already in the process of doing it. I'm turning my show into a radio station. So, with that being said, I've got to have a DJ. And we're going to really take the Sister Speak show on to a whole nother level. I want to be able to be there with people on their morning ride to work. And I want to be there for people on their evening ride. And so I'm so glad that I know you because I want to be able to play some songs that you've produced on my show. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to have you in my mix. One thing that's missing from radio today is flavor. We hear the same stuff every day, and I'm gonna be honest with you, some of the music that keeps going in rotation, I know it's about numbers and points and all of that. I know there's politics and how the radio how the radio powers that be play what they play. There are politics involved.
Yeah.
But because I'm independent, I don't have to do that. So if it sounds like shit, I don't want to play it. I want to be able to play something that actually sounds good, is fresh, is even old, but still has longevity. So with my station, we are bringing independent artists, all the producers, and we are creating this list of continuous play where no matter what time of the day, our people can tune in and hear dope mixes, okay? Fresh mixes. Because I refuse to continue to see so many of my brothers and sisters overlooked, underlooked, who are tighter than a lot of the stuff that's in rotation today. Okay.
That's what it's about, keeping that sauce going. Fresh material.
Yes.
But you never know who's going to be the next breakout artist or producer.
Come on. And I'm in the best place because I get to meet all of you all, vibe out with you all. So I feel like, this is just the beginning of something major. And I am literally meeting people from state to state that are absolutely dope and amazing. And I can say, hey, I know him. I know her.
That's exciting. I'm happy for you, for real. I can't wait to meet you.
Yes. Oh, we gonna meet because see, we gonna have a live interview because I want to have you in studio. Like we gonna, right now we cannot pay our special guest to come on. Only thing we can pay is attention and encouragement. Okay. So with that being said, but I'm sharing my platform and. Like I said, an international audience, you can't go wrong. But I definitely will be in a position one day to where y'all will be able to come into the studio and we'll have a live taping, of the Sister Speak show. And it's going to really go up. So 2019 is really a year that I've set to really launch this show in a whole new way. And I'm so glad that I was able to meet you because I really want to bring you, through the studio and continue to have you as a featured guest.
Okay, I'm on. I appreciate that, for real.
And now I'm going to try to make some beats, too.
It's hard. No, it ain't hard.
I've made a couple beats, but I really believe in myself, too. So.
Oh, yeah, you gotta do that.
So since I really believe in myself, probably what is really dope to me is like, okay. That's cute. You know what I'm saying? But I just want you to know that I really see you going far. I do hear your music, being played in movies. Please, whatever you do, keep grinding because you obviously have, what do we call the law of attraction? There's an energy about you that attracts opportunities that make you, elevate. So whatever you're doing, please keep that energy because you're attracting people who want to work with you and see your vision and believe in your producing skills. So just continue to be who you are and just continue to elevate because I support you.
Oh, thank you. That's heavy. And same to you as well. Like, what you're doing is major international. Like, it's all about, the people, for the voiceless.
Yes.
That's what I grind for me and them.
Yes, it is. Wait, we got to give some shout outs. Say what's up to some of your peoples.
Oh, man. Shout out to all my peoples, man. 1017, you already know, Beat Squad, Global, Q the producer, my boy Quasi Taylor out in St. Louis doing this thing. Shout out my boy Christian Ham out in Detroit. Shout out my boy Brickfield and VA. Everybody in VA, Matt Marley.
That's what's up.
Everybody.
See, look.
I can't say everybody's name, man.
Man, you said enough. That's how you know somebody's really on and popping when they got at least 6 shout outs and and the names of the shout outs are like real boss names, like shout out to Mac 1 and 2, shout out to my boy G Gutter, shout out to my boy Big Man. You know what I mean? Like that's how you know that's how you know you on and popping.
Everybody, man. I'm working with everybody, man. I love it. I'm working with everybody, man.
That's what's up. That is what's up. Well, you know what, Loso? I really appreciate you being my special guest this evening on the tour. We all appreciate you being our special guest. And we're absolutely encouraged by your grinding, your hustle, and your outcomes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, like, everybody I had a chance to work with, salute to all y'all, man. Free my cousin Pat, man. Shout out G-Unit Capo, Paul Wall. Everybody, man, like, salute to y'all. Everybody I had a chance to work with that reached out to me personally.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Yes.
That energy, like that law of attraction. I appreciate y'all reaching out to me.
You know what? You gonna make me drop an EP. I'm serious. I think I'm gonna drop an EP. You know what? I think I want you to produce my first EP. We gonna call it Sister Speak That. Okay?
That's what I was talking about.
No, we gonna. I'm serious. I really believe I could do it too. But anyway, you know what? I thank you so much, and I'm going to send you a copy of this interview into your direct message, and this is never goodbye. This is just going to simply be that I will talk to you later.
Alright, thank you.
Okay, take care. Brothers and sisters, let's give a round of applause for our special guest, Music producer Loso. Okay, brothers and sisters, welcome back. You are listening live to the Sister Speak Show. We are on the tour on the Sister Speak Show, recording live from Dallas, Texas. This is your host, Ayana. I hope you all are having a wonderful, wonderful evening so far. You are podcasting and chilling with one of the dopest podcasts in podcasting, the Sister Speak Show. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take some commercial breaks because that's how we do what we do. And then we'll be right back. Okay, everybody? Thank you for listening.
On the Suspense Files on the Sister Speak Show. Life insurance better have my money. The Francis Newton story. Also, the dangers of an obsessive relationship. The dangers of an open relationship. For restricted listening audiences only. The Sister Speak Show. A syndicated podcast on Amazon Alexa. December 12th. On the Suspense Files, on the Sister Speak Show, She's Gotta Have It, the Felicia Morgan story, plus the dangers of being a side chick, for restricted listening audiences only. The Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. December 19th. On the Suspense Files, on the Sister Speak Show, Securing Body Bags, the Deborah Brown and Alton Coleman story, plus the dangers of being dignitized, for restricted listening audiences only, on the Sister Speak Show, a syndicated podcast on Amazon Alexa. December 26th. On the Suspense Files, on the Sister Speak Show. Who are the people in your neighborhood? The Malika Griffin story. Plus, caught cheating with the same sex. The dangers of being on the down low. For restricted listening audiences only. On the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. The latest episode on the Suspense Files is available on demand now on the Sister Speak Show. Life insurance better have my money. The Francis Newton story plus the dangers of an obsessive relationship, the dangers of an open relationship, for restricted listening audiences only. The commentary is strong. The experiences are powerful. The message is healing. Won't you join us on the Sister Speak Show, a syndicated podcast on Amazon Alexa, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. Click on the link for the episode. Listening to the Sister Speak Show is even easier now with the new abilities available from Spreaker's Skill on Amazon Alexa. With Spreaker on Alexa, you can now listen to the Sister Speak Show from even more places from all around the world. You also have navigation control, fast forward and rewind podcasts to make sure you never miss a second of your favorite show. And then you can ask for show recommendations like the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. Brothers and sisters, we want you to listen.
Well, I'd give you a little advice. Don't put work in front of family. Family's the most important thing.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. You are listening live to the tour on the Sister Speak Show. This is your host, Ayana. Everything is going up because anything going down is crashing. Okay, we're going to transition. We're going to transition. I'm finna spit on this mic. Y'all ready? Let's get it. Let's go. I'm just playing. Y'all was ready for me to gas, but I'm not finna gas. Anyway, brothers and sisters, check this out. We're getting ready to close out this episode of the tour on the Sister Speak Show. The time has been well spent. Everything that I had planned for you all, we're going to play that at another time because I just want to end on the flow that we're on. You know what I mean? But you can always catch us on demand at Spreaker, on all the other platforms on the Sister Speak Show. With that being said, brothers and sisters, I need you to tune in tomorrow night because tomorrow night on the platform, I've got a sister queen coming on. Ooh, I'm so excited. excited. My sister Deshae Cole is going to come on. She has sent so many interviews my way that have blessed you all on the Sister Speak Show. So guess what? I had to talk to the Sister Queen herself tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. I need you to listen live, which is tomorrow Sunday, to the platform. And then guess what? Tuesday, I've got a show. I've got a show on Saturday. I've got a few shows going on, so just tune in. You can check out everything that's going on with the Sister Speak Show at SGT Queen on Instagram. You can also email me at thesisterspeakshow@gmail.com if you would like to be a special guest on the Sister Speak Show. If you have some music that you would like for me to play, shoot me an MP3. If you can give me that clean version, I would love to have it, especially with us transitioning into going into a radio station. I'm trying not to have any issues with the FCC or the CCF, KFC, anything. I'm serious. I'm not trying to have any issues. So I want to hear your music. Make sure it's dope. Make sure you spit that fire. And then I would love to really, take your brand to a whole nother level by at least sharing it with my international listening audience. So holla at me about that. If you have any other questions, or if you are interested in being on any other segment on the Sister Speak Show, go ahead and holla at me. Let me know what it is that you do and who are you and how are you impacting the communities with your passions, because that's what it's about. This show is about my brothers and my sisters within the 12 tribes of Israel. I've always said that, I focus on my brothers and my sisters because that's just what I do. And so if you are interested in building your brand, taking it to a whole nother level, if you are interested in just exposing your talents, holla at me. Now check this in. I got something cracking for you all. We're going to start opening it up for you all to pay a wonderful fee for me to do voiceovers for you, for your for your brand. Okay? With this being an internet radio that's getting ready to launch, why not, for a nice price, invest in your brand by creating a commercial? Do you have a commercial for your brand? I do voiceovers. I've got all the resume you need to give you the voice that you need to get your brand to the next level. We not playing, and I'm not giving any discounts, because when you discount yourself, you're outnumbered. You better understand that. We all have to eat, and we all have to make sure that we are getting our brands to the next level. With that being said, for the tour, music producers, artists, publicists, managers, A&Rs, whatever aspect that you contribute to the music industry, we would love to interview you, because that's what the tour is about, covering every aspect of the music industry. The Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action, a talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through the arts. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana. Oh, I know we rocked out. We had a good time. So I want you to stay on that vibe. Stay on your grind. Don't throw in the towel. Don't quit. I don't want you to stay in your depression. I don't want you to give in to oppression. Speaking of oppression, I really was mad that the mail was not running on Wednesday. I just have to say that. They stopped running the mail. 41st president passed away. They said, we're just going to stop all the mail. Now, that's a whole lot of systematic oppression from the grave, don't you think? That's one thing I got to say about that. Moving forward, I know a lot of y'all might be in your feelings about that, but so what? So listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to sign off. I'm going to keep warm. You're going to keep warm. Continue to look like an Eskimo. Continue to get to your car in 0 seconds. Now look, watch out for that black ice. Because that black ice and your footsteps, that could be it. And I don't want anybody cracking their dome, aka their head, on the concrete or anything else nearby. Be safe, be cool, and for whatever reason in your mind, please, if you have children, please wipe their nose during this season. It is not okay for them to use their tongue as a tissue. You see it? Oh, I know you see it. I know you see it. So anyway, brothers and sisters, it's been wonderful talking to you all. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you for podcasting and chilling with the Sister Speak Show, the tour on the Sister Speak Show. This is Ayana, and I'm signing off. Take care. I'll talk to you later. I'm not going too far, and I cannot wait to talk to you tomorrow evening. Sleep tight.